for the last 107 days. Too many times, too many people, when they curse at us, when they step on the gas pedal so that the black smoke cover all the venerable monks. When we walk far away, they still yelling back here. Their voice is super strong. And of course, after that, they probably have to take some lemonade. That's why I love them, because they are torturing themselves. They are suffer. Because of that delusion mind, that's why they suffer in doing all that thing. Right? Because they hate themselves, that's why they create all that thing for them to be suffer. We don't need to add more to their plate. We should feel sorry for them. Right? So only react with kindness. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Give them a smile, walk away. Finish. You go your way, I go my way. That's it. But shouldn't react with anger. Because this world been receiving so much anger and hatred and everything already. That is why it's coming back to us with all kind of sufferings, all kind of disasters. Pandemic, COVID-19. How many people died? How many of us here have our family pass away because of COVID-19? We are lucky and grateful enough that we still survive. But there will be many more to come. It's not ended yet. So if we are not mindful to change it, instead of throwing hatred and angry and delusion and greedy to that universe, now we only throw loving kindness and compassion and peace to it. By doing what? Practicing mindfulness every single day. And every morning when you wake up, don't grab your lovers, which is your cell phone. The first thing in the morning when you wake up, your habit is to grab that lover and check the status overnight on your page. Somebody messaged you or somebody commented you something, and then when you go in there and see the comment saying that this is so super nice, and then you're excited about it, but then there's a negativity comment, then you get mad. You ruined your day, right? So in the morning, when you wake up, no lovers at all. Lock him or her up, put in the drawer. Okay? Go to the toilet after that. Well, you have to, right? In the morning, yes? In the morning, you have to go to the toilet. What is the first thing you would do in the toilet? Huh? Just be straightforward. Okay, you go to the toilet, you brush your teeth. Why do you have to think so much? Brush your teeth. Okay. So when you brush your teeth, water splashes on that mirror. Toothpaste on that mirror. Is that right? How many of you cleaned it off right after you use it? Raise your hand, please. I want to see you. Okay, about 20, 30 people out of 100 and 1,000 of people here that actually wiping it off after you brush your teeth and all those spots on the mirror. Why? Lazy. That is the correct answer. Laziness. Okay, I will do it later. It's okay. I'm rushing right now. That is the answer. Rushing. Right? We always rushing. We rush to go to the toilet. We rush to change, and we rush out that door, and then we forget our lover at home. We rush to go back and pick up the lover and then rush out the door again. Is that right? You could forget your children, but you cannot forget your lover. That is so sad. So when you go to the toilet, brush your teeth, please clean the mirror right away. After you finish brushing your teeth, clean it. It means whenever things happen to your life, don't record it. Don't hold it. Let it go right away. If that person bump into you, give them a reaction. May you be well, happy, and peaceful. Walk away. Instead of give them a bullet eyes. Right? That is how you let it go. That is how we purify our mind. That is how we clean our mind. The mind is that mirror. The more you let spots sticking on it, the more you cannot see yourself. Is that right? Because it's getting blurrier. Blurry and blurry every single time when you add more spot to it. Same thing when you keep on recording all those nonsense things and all those bad things and unhappy things in our mind. When you have full of thoughts that's unwholesome, you are overwhelmed with thought, and that is when you become stressful and anxiety and depression and commit to suicide. So that mirror reflects your mind. Purify your mind. Clean that mind right at that moment when the incident occurs. Don't wait for a week or 2 weeks or a month. Because after you waited for a month, that mirror is full of spots and sticking really hard. Now you want to clean it, you have to go to Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart. You know what? After this journey, Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart have to pay me commissions. Just kidding. I talk about them a lot. So you need to go there and get some chemicals and cleaning tools. Is that right? Now go home, you need to apply it to that mirror and try hard to clean it. Is it difficult? Yes. You need to take more effort and time to clean that mirror to make it clear, right? Why would you want to do that when you can just wipe it off right off at that moment? Easy, done. So who's in here that will clean your mirror every single time from now? Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. And so, by doing that, means you don't carry your lover into that toilet with you. Okay? Because you need to be mindful on brushing your teeth. And be mindful to clean that mirror after you get out from that toilet. Still no lovers yet. Get a piece of paper and a pen now. Write down the statement. Say, today is going to be my peaceful day. Remember, this is very important, even though it's something that the children do. But it doesn't matter what age. We have to train ourselves back to the old days. Using our pen, our hand to write it. And our mind is thinking of those words, writing it. Hand and mind pairing together. And then after that, read it over and over with our eyes. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. So eyes and mind pairing together. And then after that, read it out loud with our mouth. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Say it out loud. It doesn't matter if your family say that, are you okay? Yes, I am okay. I'm doing something good here, so don't bother me. Okay? Say it out loud. Tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day so that no one in this world can mess it up. Remember, no one in this world can mess it up if you don't let them. That sound come, you go through that straw and go out to this ear. Don't keep it. Anything come, just wipe it right off. Anything come, just let it go right away. Don't bring it home. Don't carry it with you. You've been carrying a lot of rocks on your shoulders. You add in more and more to your shoulders every day. Now is the time to drop them down. Not to collect anymore, but letting them go. That is how we change our life. And so, throughout the day, be mindful with, today is going to be my peaceful day. Be mindful with everything you do. One thing at a time. Do not multitask anymore. Eating, just be mindful on eating. Cleaning, just mindful on cleaning. Shower, just shower, no music. Changing, no music. Reading, no lovers. Okay, when you read, the book is right in front of you and the lover right beside it. I'm pretty sure your eyes will catch the lover more than the book. Okay, so leave the lover alone to the side. Do one thing at a time. If you could do that, you change your life completely. We lack of focus. We lack of concentration. So much. And we lose in our memories every single day because of your lovers. You depend on that lover too much. Our eyes getting blurry. Our minds forgetting things. It's because we depend on technologies too much. Even a simple math, we cannot calculate it within our head. We have to use calculator and lovers. That is so sad. And our kids is now doing the same thing. Even worse. Right? We don't want to go there. Ask yourself, 15, 20 years ago, how many phone numbers you remember? A whole phone book? How much phone number you remember now? 5? 5 is a lot already. What happened? We losing our memory every day. If we continue doing this, one day we just sit in here. Have I eaten yet? What should I do now? We're gonna become like that. Our mind is shrinking. It's shrinking. And all those suffering is expanding. Unfortunately, that's the fact. That's the truth. So we need to change from now. How many of us willing to change our life from now? Can you tell me, are you willing to change or no? Yes. That energy is not the changing energy. Will you change your life from now on? Yes. Will you practice mindfulness and to have peace for yourself from now on? Yes. Will you walk with us until the end of our life? Yes. Thank you so much. That is energy that we are looking for. Okay? Don't waste time for anything else, but use our time to work on this to have peace for ourselves. Together, we can change this world. But for the venerable monks alone, we cannot do this. And no one in this world could do that. But together, like in today, you see, with that energy, with that sound, we could change anything. Imagine if all the people in this country and around the world are doing the same thing. We throw that loving kindness and compassion and peace to the universe, only it will shower back down with love and kindness and compassion and peace, so that this world will become a better place for all future generations to live and for us to live. Is it wonderful? Yes. That is how the world should be. We don't need to continue fighting anymore. Instead, we need to fight with ourselves. Thank you so much, everyone. May you be well, happy, and peaceful.
Every day, from the moment we open our eyes to the moment we finally rest our heads, we are embarking on a profound journey. Life itself is a vast, unfolding pilgrimage, one that requires us to place one foot in front of the other, navigating a landscape filled with both breathtaking beauty and unexpected harshness. As we walk along the roadside of our existence, doing our best to maintain our balance and inner quiet, we inevitably encounter the heavy, turbulent energies of the world. There will be times when people speed past us, deliberately stepping on the gas pedal of their own frustrations, leaving us momentarily enveloped in a dark cloud of exhaust and bitterness. There will be moments when others, perhaps from a distance, yell words born of their own deep-seated anger, their voices carrying a strength that is startling and harsh. In these moments, the instinctive, deeply human reaction is to harden our hearts, to yell back, or to absorb that thick, black smoke of hostility as if it were our own. Yet, there is a quieter, infinitely more powerful way to respond. If we pause and look beneath the surface of that outward aggression, what we find is not strength, but a profound and desperate suffering. People who lash out, who curse and try to demean others, are trapped in the exhausting machinery of their own deluded minds. They are, in a very real sense, torturing themselves. The anger they hurl outward is merely an overflow of the pain they cannot contain within. Recognizing this truth is the first step toward true liberation. When we see their actions not as personal attacks but as cries of internal torment, our indignation softens into compassion. They are already suffering so deeply. We do not need to add another serving of pain to their overflowing plates. We do not need to return their fire and burn down our own inner sanctuary in the process. Instead, we can look upon them with a genuine sense of sorrow for their heavy burden. We can meet their hostility with a quiet, unshakable kindness. We can silently whisper, "May you be well, may you be happy, and may you be peaceful." We can offer them a gentle smile, and then, simply and cleanly, we walk away. You go your way, and I go mine. It is finished. In this simple act of refusal to participate in the cycle of anger, we protect our own peace and refuse to add to the heavy blanket of hatred that already covers so much of the world. To cultivate this kind of unshakable peace in the face of the world's storms, we must look very closely at how we begin our days, for the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Imagine the very first moment you wake up. The house is quiet, the day is a blank canvas, and your mind is in a fragile, impressionable state of transition between dreams and reality. What is the very first thing you reach for? For so many of us, before we have even taken a conscious breath or stretched our limbs, our hand instinctively searches for our most demanding lover, our cell phone. We have developed an intimate, almost compulsive relationship with this glowing rectangle. We pull it into our beds, waking up to check our overnight status, to see who messaged us, who commented on our lives, and what the world is demanding of us before we have even washed our faces. Sometimes we are greeted with something nice, a small hit of validation that spikes our excitement. But just as often, we stumble upon a piece of negativity, an alarming headline, or a critical comment. Instantly, our peace is shattered. The heart rate elevates, the jaw clenches, and the mind begins to race. Before our feet have even touched the floor, our day is already ruined, hijacked by the digital noise of the outside world. This is a tragedy of modern living. We must reclaim our mornings if we are to reclaim our peace. When you wake up, leave the lover alone. Lock it in a drawer, leave it charging in another room, but do not let it be the first thing that greets your waking eyes. Protect the sanctuary of your morning. Rise with the sun, feel the ground beneath your feet, and allow yourself to simply exist in the quiet reality of your own home, entirely separate from the endless, chaotic stream of the digital universe. When you leave the bedroom and walk into the bathroom to begin your daily routine, you are presented with a beautiful, tactile opportunity to practice mindfulness. You stand before the mirror, you pick up your toothbrush, and you begin to brush your teeth. As you do, water inevitably splashes. Small specks of toothpaste land on the glass. This is perfectly natural. It is simply the friction of life. But what happens next is incredibly revealing. Out of 100 people, perhaps only a handful will take a towel and wipe the mirror clean immediately after they finish brushing. The vast majority of us look at the spots and walk away. Why do we do this? The honest answer is laziness and a pervasive, chronic sense of rushing. We are always rushing to use the toilet, rushing to change our clothes, rushing out the door. We might even rush out the door, realize we forgot our digital lover, rush back inside in a panic to retrieve it, and rush out again. We could forget our lunch, we could forget our umbrellas, but we never forget that phone. We are so consumed by the rush to get to the next moment that we leave a trail of small messes in the present one. But consider what happens when you leave those spots of toothpaste on the mirror. Over days and weeks, they dry, they harden, and they accumulate. Slowly, the glass becomes blurrier and blurrier, until you can no longer see a clear reflection of yourself. Our minds work in exactly the same way. The mind is a mirror, reflecting our reality. As we move through the day, people will bump into us, plans will fall apart, and harsh words will be spoken. These are the splashes on the mirror of the mind. If we do not wipe them away immediately, if we record them, hold on to them, and replay them, they stick. When we harbor these tiny resentments, our mind becomes cluttered with unwholesome thoughts. We become overwhelmed, and this overwhelming buildup of mental debris is the birthplace of stress, anxiety, and deep depression. If you wait a week, a month, or a year to let go of an offense, that spot has hardened like concrete. To clean it then requires immense effort. You have to go out and find the emotional equivalent of heavy-duty chemicals and scraping tools, spending hours in therapy or deep contemplation trying to chip away at resentments that have calcified over time. How much easier, how much more beautiful, to simply wipe the mirror clean the exact moment the incident occurs. When someone cuts you off, or speaks unkindly, let it go immediately. Wish them well, and wipe the glass. It is easy, it is done, and your reflection remains crystal clear. Commit to being the person who cleans your mental mirror every single time, keeping your spirit light and unburdened. With a clean mirror and a quiet morning, you are now ready to set the foundation for your day. Do not reach for your phone yet. Instead, return to the simple, grounding tools of a bygone era, a piece of physical paper and a pen. In a world dominated by screens and fleeting digital text, there is a profound magic in physically writing something down. Take your pen and write this statement: "Today is going to be my peaceful day." This is not merely a childish exercise, it is a vital training of the human spirit. When you write this down, a beautiful synchronization occurs. Your hand moves the pen, creating the physical shapes of the letters. Your mind thinks of the words, giving them meaning and intention. Your hand and your mind are pairing together in a deeply focused act of creation. Then, as you look at the paper, read the words over and over. Your eyes and your mind pair together, reinforcing the message, burning it into your consciousness. Finally, take a deep breath and speak the words out loud. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Speak it into the room. It does not matter if your family hears you and asks if you are feeling okay. You can simply smile and say, "Yes, I am doing something wonderful for myself right now. Please let me be." Speak it out loud to tell the universe your unshakable intention. By aligning your hand, your mind, your eyes, and your voice, you are building an energetic fortress around your day. You are making a declaration that no one in this world is allowed to mess up your peace. And that is the ultimate truth. No one can destroy your peace unless you hand them the keys and allow them to do so. You have declared your reality. Now, you simply have to walk in it. As you step out into the world carrying this beautiful intention, you will inevitably be tested. Life will present you with loud noises, demanding situations, and the frustrating behaviors of others. When those sounds of anger or chaos come toward you, imagine your mind has a small straw passing directly from one ear to the other. Let the noise enter, pass smoothly through the straw, and exit the other side without ever touching your internal landscape. Do not keep it. Do not record the slight. Above all, do not bring it home with you to unpack in your living room or replay in your bed. Most of us are walking around carrying invisible boulders on our shoulders. Every time someone wrongs us, we pick up a rock and put it in our invisible backpack. Every time we feel slighted, judged, or impatient, we add another stone. Day by day, year by year, the weight becomes unbearable. Our posture slumps, our hearts grow heavy, and we wonder why we feel so exhausted by the simple act of living. We have become collectors of our own suffering. Right now, in this very moment, is the time to drop the rocks. You do not need them. They are not keeping you safe, they are only keeping you weighed down. Make a conscious, breathing choice to stop collecting grievances. Whenever a heavy moment arrives, acknowledge it, and then physically imagine yourself setting it down by the side of the road and walking away. This practice of constant, gentle release is how we radically change our lives. We transition from hoarders of pain to channels of peace, traveling incredibly light, open to the beauty of the present moment because we are no longer crushed by the debris of the past. The key to traveling light, to keeping the rocks off our shoulders and the mirror clean, is a practice that sounds incredibly simple but is profoundly challenging in our modern era: doing one thing at a time. We have convinced ourselves that multitasking is a virtue, but in reality, it is a thief that steals our presence and fractures our peace. Throughout your peaceful day, commit to wholeheartedness in every single action. When it is time to eat, sit down and just eat. Taste the texture of the food, feel the nourishment entering your body, and be grateful for the meal. Do not look at a screen, do not read the news. When you clean the house, just be mindful of the cleaning. Feel the warm water on your hands, see the dust disappearing, and find joy in the act of caring for your space. When you take a shower, simply shower. Feel the water washing away the physical dirt and the energetic residue of the day. You do not need a waterproof speaker blasting music to entertain you. Let the sound of the water be enough. When you change your clothes, do it with quiet attention. And when you sit down to read a book, leave your digital lover in another room. If the phone is sitting right next to the book, your eyes and your mind will inevitably be pulled toward the glowing promise of distraction. The screen will always win if you keep it within reach. We must realize what this constant divided attention is doing to us. We are losing our ability to focus, and tragically, we are losing our memories. 20 years ago, we could hold an entire phone book of numbers in our heads. Today, we struggle to remember 5. We cannot even do simple math in our heads anymore. We immediately reach for the calculator on our phones. We depend on our technology so completely that our own minds are beginning to shrink, while our suffering, our anxiety, and our sense of isolation are rapidly expanding. Our children are watching us, absorbing these habits, and moving even further away from the grounded reality of the present moment. We are walking toward a future where we might sit in a room, unable to remember if we have eaten, unable to decide what to do next, entirely disconnected from the vital pulse of life. We do not want to go there. If we want to reclaim our minds, our memories, and our joy, we must return to the sacred art of singular focus. One moment, one breath, one action at a time. This is where life actually happens. This daily, personal commitment to mindfulness, waking up without the phone, cleaning the mirror, setting peaceful intentions, dropping the heavy rocks, and doing one thing at a time, is not merely a self-help exercise. It is the very foundation of global transformation. The world has been receiving so much anger, so much hatred, and so much division for far too long. We have pumped toxicity into the atmosphere of human consciousness, and we are seeing the results. It comes back to us in the form of deep, collective suffering, in devastating global disasters, and in pandemics that have swept across the globe, taking the lives of so many loved ones and leaving families shattered. We are incredibly fortunate and deeply grateful simply to have survived, to still be here breathing this air. But the challenges of the world have not ended. If we continue to unconsciously throw our personal hatred, anger, greed, and delusion into the universe will continue to mirror it back to us in the form of chaos. The only way to break this devastating cycle is to radically change what we are contributing to the collective energy. Instead of adding to the black smoke, we must begin to throw only love, kindness, compassion, and profound peace into the world. And we do this by practicing mindfulness every single day. One person alone cannot heal the world. But when we come together, carrying the energy of deep, mindful intention, our collective sound and presence can change anything. Imagine if thousands, millions of people in this country and around the world woke up and decided to drop their rocks. Imagine if millions of people chose to wipe their mirrors clean and meet anger with a quiet smile. If we throw that massive, collective wave of love and compassion into the universe has no choice but to shower it back down upon us. The world will begin to heal. It will become a softer, more beautiful place, not just for us, but for all the generations that follow. This is how the world is meant to be. We do not need to fight with each other anymore. The only worthy struggle is the gentle, persistent effort to conquer our own scattered minds, to tame our own unwholesome habits, and to fiercely protect our inner peace. If we are willing to change our lives right now, if we are willing to walk this path of mindfulness together until the very end of our days, we will not only find the profound joy we have been seeking, but we will leave behind a legacy of light. May you step forward into this beautiful journey today, and may you always be well, happy, and truly peaceful.